That bedroom you're planning to update in 2026 could be ruining your sleep every single night, even if you believe the problem is your mattress. Some of the most common bedroom design decisions have officially landed on the blacklist of sleep experts. Renovating a bedroom costs, on average, between $3,000 and $15,000. And here's the harsh reality. Many homeowners are spending that money making their rest worse without even knowing it. I've gathered information from the National Sleep Foundation, from interior designers who specialize in bedrooms across the United States, and from the recent BedStar Sleep Color Study to show you exactly what to avoid. Today, I'm counting down the 8 bedroom design mistakes that are sabotaging your rest in 2026. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly what to do instead. I've ranked them from the cheapest mistake to fix to the most expensive. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to focus your budget. Stick around until number 1, because it could be costing you up to 2 hours of sleep every single night.
Synthetic bedding in the primary bedroom. According to the 2024 Sleep in America report from the National Sleep Foundation, 67% of people with mild insomnia use polyester sheets or synthetic blends without knowing their real thermal impact. Here's the problem. Your body temperature needs to drop about 2 degrees to enter deep REM sleep, and synthetic sheets trap heat like a plastic bag. The result is nighttime micro-awakenings, sweating, and that feeling of waking up more tired than when you went to bed. Many homeowners blame the mattress, the stress, or even their age. But the real culprit is woven right under their skin, every single night. What should you do instead? Go for Belgian linen, 300 thread count cotton percale, or long staple Egyptian cotton. These fabrics breathe, regulate your body temperature naturally, and feel cool even in summer. The upfront investment runs about $80 to $150 per set, but they last for years and transform your rest from the very first night. Cool white bulbs in your nightstand lamps. Designer Rachel Whitman from Charleston, South Carolina, tells the story like this. The first time she measured the color temperature of a client's bedside lamp, it read 5,000 Kelvin. That's the same light used in operating rooms. Here's the problem. The blue light from cool white bulbs suppresses melatonin production for up to 2 hours after you switch it off. Your brain literally believes it's still daytime. And what's worse, most homeowners install these bulbs because they look modern in photos, without realizing they're sabotaging their sleep every single night. The result is hours of tossing and turning, without understanding why the body just won't shut down. The modern alternative? Choose warm temperature bulbs, below 2700 Kelvin, and always with a dimmer. Brands like Philips Hue or even affordable $20 options completely transform your nighttime atmosphere. A bed overloaded with decorative pillows. According to a study from the Princeton Neuroscience Institute, visible clutter in your field of vision keeps the visual cortex in a state of mild stress, even while you rest. 41% of homeowners surveyed by Real Simple admit to keeping more than 6 decorative pillows on their primary bed. Here's the problem. Every night, before you get into bed, you have to remove between 6 and 12 pillows and set them somewhere. Every morning, put them back. This ritual, which sounds harmless, activates your stress response system right before sleep, and the removed pillows end up piled on an armchair or the floor, creating that visual chaos that keeps you on silent alert throughout the night. What should you do then? Cut down to a maximum of 4 total pillows, 2 for sleeping and 2 for decoration. This rule, common among luxury hotel designers, eliminates the unnecessary ritual. And as a bonus, it's completely free. A digital clock and a charging station on the nightstand. Designer Michael Bradley from Portland points out that nearly 90% of his clients with sleep complaints have at least 3 LED light sources on their nightstand: chargers, a digital clock, and the phone charging. Here's the problem. Each of those tiny blue light dots, however harmless they seem, produces micro-awakenings that fragment your sleep cycles. And there's something worse. Having your phone within arm's reach triples the chance you'll check social media at 3 in the morning. Many homeowners over 55 fall into this habit without even realizing it, and they blame their insomnia on age, when the real cause is sitting 12 inches from the pillow. What's the fix? Invest in a silent analog clock, between $20 and $60, and move the charging station out of the bedroom, ideally to the hallway or the bathroom. This change, small as it is the one you'll notice fastest in your sleep quality. All right, we're halfway through, and from here on, things get more serious. Quick question for you. How many of these mistakes do you have in your bedroom right now? Drop it in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious. No judgment. And if this is helping you, hit that subscribe button, because next up, I'm going to talk about the biggest silent devourers of your rest. Light curtains that don't block street light. According to a 2023 study published by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, exposure to street light above 5 lux at night raises the risk of nighttime awakenings by 47%. Most decorative curtains let in between 20 and 60 lux. Designer Sarah Hendricks from Greenwich, Connecticut explains it this way. Homeowners choose curtains for looks, without ever measuring their actual opacity. She insists that the first question when buying curtains should be how much light they block, not how they drape. Here's the practical nightmare. The light from a street lamp, from a car's headlights at 3 in the morning, or even from a full moon, comes through your decorative curtains and reaches your eyelids. Even if you don't consciously wake up, your brain registers the light and starts producing cortisol earlier than it should. The result is that you wake up at 5 in the morning, unable to fall back asleep, with that half-rested feeling. What do designers recommend instead? Go for blackout curtains with thermal lining, or layer your decorative curtains with an opaque inner panel. Brands like Pottery Barn, West Elm, or even affordable Amazon options between $150 and $400 completely transform the darkness of your bedroom. Homeowners report noticeable differences from the very first night. A large mirror facing the foot of the bed. A report from Southern Living magazine revealed that 38% of primary bedrooms redesigned in the past 5 years include a large mirror facing the bed. It's considered a decorating trick to visually expand the space. Designer Emily Carter from Santa Barbara states that this is the decorating mistake she changes fastest whenever she walks into a client's bedroom with sleep complaints. She calls it, in her own words, the silent activator of alertness. Here's the problem. In the dimness of night, any movement reflected in the mirror activates your peripheral visual cortex and wakes up your reptilian brain. It's the same mechanism our ancestors used to detect predators. Your body cannot tell the difference between a real threat and your own reflection moving among the shadows. The result is sudden awakenings, a racing heart, and that vague feeling that something is wrong without knowing what. What should you do then? Move the mirror to a sidewall inside the closet or cover it with a decorative cloth at night. If the mirror is part of a large piece of furniture, consider replacing it with framed art in a calming palette. The investment runs between $100 and $500. And as a bonus, you'll sleep without that unconscious vigilance you didn't even know you had. Alright, now we enter the top 2. These are the worst mistakes you can make in bedroom design. These are the ones that will cost you the most money to fix if you get them wrong. I'm talking, potentially, several $1,000s in remodeling, painting, or rearranging. So, if this video has helped you avoid even a single costly mistake, do me a favor and share it with someone you know who's been sleeping poorly for years. It could, literally, give them their rest back. Nice, so let's finish with the top 2. A bedroom turned into an office or a television room. According to the National Sleep Foundation, bedrooms that include a work desk or a television reduce sleep quality by an average of 31%. The phenomenon has a name. It's called purpose contamination, and it affects more than 60% of American households since the pandemic. Designer Jessica Moreno from Austin, Texas confirms it. When the brain associates the room with work and entertainment, the bed equals rest association gets broken. And once it's broken, it takes weeks of sleep hygiene to rebuild. Here's the harsh reality. Every time you answer an email from bed or watch one extra hour of the news on television before sleeping, your brain conditions the room as a place of stimulation, not rest. And what's worse, the nighttime notifications, the red and green pilot lights of the television, and the simple sight of your desk with pending papers activate a mild stress response even while you sleep. Many homeowners have been sleeping poorly for years and never suspect the cause is 6 feet from their pillow. What's the fix? Move the desk to another room, even if it's a corner of the hallway or the dining room. Remove the television from the bedroom or cover it with a decorative panel when it's not in use. Real Simple magazine reports that 82% of people who removed the television from their bedroom reported noticeable improvements in rest in less than 3 weeks. The investment runs between $1,500 and $5,000 in rearranging, but the return in health is priceless. Walls painted in stimulating colors like purple, red, or cool gray. The BedStar Sleep Color Study, conducted across 2,000 households, revealed some truly striking data. Bedrooms painted in mineral blue average 7 hours and 52 minutes of sleep per night. Purple bedrooms, barely 5 hours and 50 minutes. We're talking about almost 2 hours of sleep lost every single night from the simple color of the wall. Designer Amanda Reeves from Nantucket, Massachusetts, confirms it. When she paints a client's bedroom in mineral blue or sage green tones, the reports of improved rest come in literally within the first week. And the funny thing, she says, is that they don't tell her. They tell their spouses. Here's the problem, and it goes deeper than it looks. Colors are not neutral for the brain. Red raises your heart rate. Purple, though it seems calming, has a wavelength that stimulates the visual cortex right before sleep. And cool gray evokes clinical, hospital-like environments, activating a subtle but constant vigilance throughout the night. The harsh reality is that many homeowners over 55 choose these colors because they're trending on Pinterest, without knowing they're sabotaging their rest for the next 5 years. What should you do instead? Go for mineral blue, sage green, warm Greek, or earthy neutrals. Country Living magazine recently stated that nature-inspired tones will be the dominant palette for bedrooms in 2026. Brands like Farrow & Ball, Benjamin Moore, or Sherwin-Williams have specific palettes for calming bedrooms. The investment runs between $600 and $2,500 in professional painting, but the return in hours of sleep is, literally, priceless. Homeowners who made the change report differences in less than 7 days. Now, I don't want to leave you only with the information about what not to do. Here are 3 trends that are actually worth following in 2026. Number 1. Bedside biophilic design. One strategically chosen plant on your nightstand or dresser gives you a triple benefit. Snake plants, sansevieria, and pothos are among the very few plants that release oxygen at night instead of absorbing it. They filter airborne toxins, and they add that calming natural texture that reduces cortisol just by being in your line of sight. Designer Laura Bennett from Westport calls it the bedside oxygen upgrade, and it costs less than $30. Second, acoustic softening with natural materials. The highest quality bedrooms in 2026 are prioritizing sound absorption. A thick wool area rug under the bed, an upholstered headboard, and heavy linen drapes create a sound-dampened cocoon that reduces every startle reflex during the night. House Beautiful magazine calls it the quiet luxury of rest. Homeowners over 55 who tend to be lighter sleepers notice the difference within days. Third, bedside aromatherapy paired with weighted comfort. A cool mist diffuser with lavender or chamomile essential oil, running for 30 minutes before bedtime, and a weighted blanket at roughly 10% of your body weight. Studies published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine show that this combination lowers evening cortisol and reduces the time it takes to fall asleep by up to 30%. It's the simplest luxury upgrade you can make, and the entire setup costs under $200. The common thread that connects all of these mistakes is one single thing. In 2026, we're leaving behind the stimulating, decorative, and multi-purpose era of bedroom design. Now it's about calm, temperature, visual quiet, and restorative darkness. Not like a magazine showroom, and not like a second office where we barely rest. If you're planning a bedroom remodel, bookmark this video. Before deciding on any design choice, ask yourself this: does this element help me sleep better, or does it just look good in photos? Your future self and your rest will thank you. If this video helped you understand even one of these mistakes, hit that like button and subscribe for more design tips that actually work. Leave a comment telling me which mistakes surprised you the most, or confess which ones are in your bedroom right now. No judgment. See you in the next video.